Thank you for joining me. I appreciate your presence here. This message is for someone who has done everything they can do in a certain situation, and you're being encouraged to continue to hold your vision and to remain firm and have faith in what you are moving toward, whether you know you're moving towards something or not. But there's something here about like you gave a lot of your energy. I seen 22 and 33 so far on the timer, by the way. But anyways, it's like in the past, whether this was last month or whatever this is for you, it's like over time you gave a lot. And there is something here about you done all you can do in a certain situation. And right now it's like, yeah, you're going to be successful in something. Divine intervention or divine guidance is with you. You are fully protected in whatever this is. But there's something here about right now is a period of, I don't want to call it stagnation, but it just feels like things have slowed down a bit, maybe. And yeah, there's also something here about if you're worried about something from the past, like there could be something from the past that you're worried about. And it's almost like, I feel like this is saying, like, I don't know, like you don't have to worry about that. Like it's in the past and it always will be in the past. I feel like this has something to do with maybe some kind of illness or something for some of you. Let's do past, present, future. Okay. I don't know if I said this. Wow. Okay. Maybe I did. Something about you for the future, the reason why there is what feels like some kind of like stagnant energy maybe is like now is a time where things are kind of slowing down right now because there are things that you cannot and should not bring into this future timeline, let's say. And what do you need to release was at the bottom of the deck. Yeah. New moon in Libra. A new romantic cycle begins. This definitely could have something to do with a person. Yeah, and it's like this nothing is yet set in stone. Again, it's giving me this energy like you did everything that you can do in a certain situation, and now like you gave all that you can give to a certain situation, and now it's time to just, it's like let go and let God type energy. So this is past energy. Expect powerful change. Yeah, for sure. I definitely feel like something shifted dramatically, whether this was yesterday or, this shift has been happening over a long period of years, maybe. Put my sleeves down. Be bold and make the first move with the cardinal moon here. The energy is gaining momentum. Wow. It's a beautiful storyline here. The way this moves, it's this energy of something shifted dramatically. You gave all that you can give in a certain situation. You did everything that you can do in a certain situation. And it's like with that shift, something shifted you into something else. New relationship, school, job, whatever. I'm going to pull a card here. Because this energy was feeling like, this energy of like not a lot of movement is happening right now, or more so like, it's not stagnant. It's like different energy. Maybe things have slowed down and you're like finally. That's why it doesn't feel like, oh, it feels so stagnant. It feels more just like, let's see. What does this be bold and make the first move about here with the cardinal moon? This is giving me, with this, the energy is gaining momentum. It's like whatever move you make here, that's when this future timeline is going to start picking up. No matter what move you make, right? As long as you are moving with intention and moving within the space of your heart, moving to the beat of your soul, no matter which direction you go in, what choice that you make, that's when this can start moving forward. That's what this is giving me here. What do you need to release? Maybe some fears about certain things. And I like how that's like the hand is like grasping these little skulls in the hand. And it's interesting too, because it's just barely pinching together. So it's like you're just barely holding on to something. There's just this little thing that you need to kind of let go in order to grow fully and completely in the direction and in the way that you want to grow. It's also giving me this energy where it's like you think something has you and it's like a stronghold on you, but really, like, you're stronger than anything. Your spirit is stronger than anything that can happen to it. What does this be bold and make the first move? Transform. Yeah, see, it's like, oh, this energy is very like electric. I can't talk. Very... Okay, there's something about this. Okay, I'll turn it over. Let me see what this transform has to say first. Give me a second. Be bold and make the first move. It's, yeah, something shifted, something changed. You've seen something. You came into some kind of alignment, some kind of awareness here, and you're being called now to take that information, knowledge, that wisdom, this awakening, however this awakening showed up for you financially, emotionally, spiritually, psychologically, whatever it is. And now take that and now let's start transforming. The story I have in my head for you is like you were the caterpillar, right? And then someone came to you and was like, hey, one day you're going to need to make a chrysalis and turn into a butterfly, okay? And you're like, okay. And then now it's like, all right, that day is approaching. Like, have you started working on that chrysalis yet? And you're like, oh, I'll get to it. Yeah, I'm almost there. I'm working on it little by little. But now it's like, yeah, that's the storyline there. It's like you were given something, right? This is metaphoric how it resonates. Something has shifted and changed. Like you came into some kind of information about yourself or something, right? And now it's like, what are you going to do with that now? Wow. The rain just stopped outside when I said that. Yeah. And that's giving me this energy of take your time with whatever choice or decision that you want to make, but be bold in your decision. Wisdom. See? It's like you were electrified. Yeah, or you learned something new. Yeah, it was feeling really electric. I'm getting like neurons firing. Neurons that fire together, wire together. So yeah, you came into some new habit or a new pattern or a new, like you learned something new. And whatever it is that you learned is going to be it is the catalyst for this transformation. But there's something you need to release. Yeah, a fiery climax approaches. This could be maybe some fire sign energy with something. The answers you need are coming full moon in Gemini. What is it that they need to release? I feel called to pull this animal spirit deck. Just crazy. Okay. What do you need to release? What is it? Because there's something here. It's like it's not saying you can't move forward if you're still holding on to this. That's not what this is saying. What this is saying is it's suggested, it's recommended, right, that you don't bring something with you once energy starts gaining momentum. Once you make that first move and then the energy starts gaining momentum right after that, there's some things here that perhaps should be kept in the chrysalis as you fly away, right? Whale. This is more wisdom. Wow. Cobra here. More fire energy. Fox. Something about like leaving some shit in last year. A lot of purples and a lot of like pinks and purples are standing out to me right now. What do you need to release? I immediately thought of releasing like old wisdom that you've learned in the past, releasing old habits, patterns, thoughts, beliefs that you had in the past because it's not in alignment with this new timeline here. The reason why I say that, and it sounds interesting, right? Old wisdom. It's coming out like that, I think. Where do I want to put this? Jeez. I think it's coming out like that because what may have worked for you in the past is probably not going to align with you now. It worked then because that's what you needed to do or who you needed to be when you were that person or in that timeline. And it was good for you then, right? But now not so much. You don't need it anymore. So far I've seen 11:22, 11:44, and 11:55. Geez, every time I look up, it's like I'm seeing, oh my God, I just looked up again and seen 12:12. Hilarious. But anyway, 12:14 could also be a significant number. But yeah, so it's giving me like you were acting a certain way or you had certain beliefs or you did certain things because you were acting from a place of just like survival mode. But it's like you're not in survival mode anymore. You transform, like you don't need this old wisdom anymore. That's what that's giving me. But I do want to read this out of the book. What do you need to release? Page 116, 117. If you want to take a screenshot, go for it. Okay, it says whale. Desire to delve deeper, profound peace, ancient wisdom. The whale represents profound emotional health and stability. Whale personalities are not afraid of emotional expression or traversing difficult terrain, as they have overcome many challenges in their lives. These experiences have enriched them, given them stability, strength, and a depth that is rare. Whale energy is usually linked to the feminine forces of compassion and communication. We can depend on whale personalities when all else seems lost, and trust them to be our beacon, or to be a beacon in our darkest hour, when in balance, calm, steady, deeply compassionate. When out of balance, heavy, slips into the old story. Wow. To bring into balance regular self-care. Yeah, maybe there was some kind of like routines or something you were doing or weren't doing for that matter. And it was like, well, because I didn't need to in the past. But now it's like, now things are different. That's crazy how it says when out of balance, it slips into the old story, leaving the old story behind. Maybe this is something about like your identity, who you believe you are, right? It's like, is that really you, or is that just an accumulation of everyone and everything else? Is that an accumulation of the people or the person that you thought you needed to be? Or maybe that you did need to be at a certain period of time. I like how it says they've overcome many challenges in their lives. Yeah, so I do think you have come from a very challenging time. I'm gonna get, I can't even pick this one up. It's like stuck, this growth one. Taking some kind of idea or some kind of wisdom and really like start making some moves toward, wow, compassion just flipped over. That's too many cards though, so. Okay, boom. Yeah, the energy is gaining momentum, magic, manifesting something here. Connect was at the top. I put magic back on there, feel. So what came out here, I'm going to show you what's underneath that in just a second because it's very interesting, is womb. It's like the energy is gaining momentum. So like that growth card, how you seen that plant was like, it wasn't a seed anymore. It had like leaves. It was growing. It was just a little tiny thing, but it was growing. It's giving me the same energy. This womb card here, it's like the baby has not, it's not yet out. It's not an infant yet in this physical reality, but it's in there. It's growing. It's gaining momentum. It's gaining growth, right? A seed has already been planted somewhere over here in the past. It's like you're getting ready to birth something new. This can be an actual birth. Birth an idea, birth a business. Just birth a new timeline. What's at the bottom, which is interesting, is trigger. And there goes like this lightning, this electrifying kind of energy. And I think what's happening here with this wisdom, because it was also giving me that same kind of like electrifying energy, is that you have learned to, or you come into some kind of wisdom where you understand your triggers on such a deep level that you are able to not only understand yourself, but understand others and the way just the world operates. It's kind of crazy. I don't know if I'm explaining that correctly here. It's like you have connected, or you are in the process of connecting so deeply with who you are and who you have become and the things that have triggered you and the negativity that's been within you and the habits, patterns, and beliefs that were not in alignment with you. They have become so clear to you that you're no longer giving them the power to, choice here. You're no longer giving them the power to control you or control your emotions. I feel like this whale card was saying something about it being like very emotional, mature or something. I don't know. But it's like you're at a place now where you can look at yourself objectively and just obtain wisdom somehow through these triggers. This cobra here, yeah, it's like a rebirth, transformation, like you're shedding old skin for sure. Oh my God, I split the deck on show the world the real you. Yeah, you're definitely moving into something that's real within you. Hold your vision. I feel like I said that at the very beginning because I was thinking about that card. Let's just get one more. I'm clearing my throat a lot. I mean, I do have a little something going on, but it feels a little bit different. It doesn't, I don't know, whatever. Maybe there is something that needs to be communicated to you, through you, to someone. You're very close to achieving your goals. I believe that. Yeah, it's like the moon is not yet. Yeah, okay. Nothing will come in the situation. Oh my God. Okay, so this is the card that I was thinking about when, did I even say that? I don't know. When I was talking about there's something from your past that you may be like afraid of it like coming back up again, or it's like there's nothing you can do about it now. It's in the past. So I think what this thing is, because I was pulling this card because I'm trying to get as much information about this. What do you need to release? But obviously it's going to be very different and very just open because there's so many different people watching this and everyone needs to release something different. But the message is the same for everyone, no matter what it is that needs to be released. Nothing will come of this situation in conjunction with this message is telling me whatever it is that you're holding on to that for sure you need to release, nothing is going to come of it. It's not going to bring you, there was harvest at the bottom of this one. It's no longer producing harvest for you. It's like you're trying to grow a farm in dead soil. That's what it's giving me. And that's what this nothing will come of this situation card feels like. And I kind of want to read it out of the book. But it's giving me this energy where it's like you're bringing things from the past, but it's understand that you're only bringing it the energy. 102, 103. In a form of astrology known as honorary, where an astrological chart is cast according to when the question is asked and decoded, a void of course moon means nothing will come of this matter, or this situation will bear no fruit. This may or may not be good news, depending on what you're asking. For example, if you were worried about something, whatever it was, this card can be taken as a sign that there's nothing to worry about. Wow. However, if you're asking about a new project of any kind, including a new relationship, it's a sign to adjust your expectations or change things so you can get a different outcome. The card hasn't showed itself in this reading. Yeah, this card hasn't showed itself in this reading, but adjustments are required. If you've been following my readings for these past several weeks, that card has been coming up quite a bit. And then this just says, like, maybe if you were hoping for a better outcome, it's like, well, then things need to be adjusted here somewhere along this timeline first. Don't worry about this part right now. That's in the past. Anyway, remember, the cards can only predict what you are currently creating. Okay? You can change that with your... Wait, what? You can change that with your both behaviors and beliefs. That's a crazy sentence. Basically, it's saying, this is just reading the current energy. You can always change this energy by what you do now, right? Be bold and make the first move. What move are you going to make? That doesn't mean rush and make a move, right? This is wisdom. This is talking about, this is giving me hermit energy, right? Taking your time here, but also making sure you're bold and you're making the moves that you need to make. And any moves that you know you need to make on your heart and on your mind, or on your heart and in your soul, they're not going to be sitting on your mind for long, because you're just going to know that deep inner knowing, right? The whale, it's like you just know. So you're going to start making some moves so you can start getting this energy going. And this is another thing, like I was saying, whatever you do here, that's when this part takes off. Nothing will come of this situation is coming out, because it's like we're still waiting for you to make this move, baby. This can be a physical move too. It says, I trust in my highest good. Additional meanings for this card. The chances of something are diminishing. Something better may be around the corner. Believe that you will get what you need. Surrender to the divine. Take time out, meditate and contemplate. The teaching says, take time out, meditate and contemplate, right? But also make sure you making the first move here. And I think the first move, it's not saying like who's going to be first or last. It's not saying that. It's the first move in the many moves that you are going to continue to make. Just take that first step is what this is telling me. The main definition of void of course moon is when the moon won't make a major connection with any of the planets until she enters the next sign. The best thing you can do when you get this card is to chant the Sanskrit words Om Namo Narayani, which means I surrender to the divine. Om Namo Narayani. Of course, a void of course moon is time to just be. Yeah, I love how this is saying like the void of course moon means that it's not making any major connections with any planets. It's like nothing's really going on right now, because this timeline doesn't exist quite just yet, because you haven't started making it. But also this is giving me like you yourself. Like, you're not going to make the connections or go to the places that you want to go to unless you start taking the steps and making the moves that you need to take, if that makes sense. So like, comment, share, subscribe if this was helpful, which I hope it was. I love you so much. Take care.